Hello everyone. I'm Jackie from the Auburn Area Branch Library. I hope you're all well and healthy out there. I also hope that you're missing us as much as we miss you. I know that I'm looking forward to the time when we can get together again safely, and I'm sure you are too. In the meanwhile, I thought it would be fun if we could do a little craft together. You know, out of all of the programs at the library, my favorite program has to be the adult craft program. This is where people get together, they make a fun craft, and they get to take it home, and it's all free. But right now we're unable to do that. So I thought I'd make a little video of a craft that we could do together online. I hope that you enjoy the simple craft that I've chosen to do today. Here are the crafts we're going to make today. We're going to take a little paint, and we're going to get a vase or a bottle, a jar, whatever you have handy around the house. I don't want you to have to go out and buy anything. And we're going to paint it and distress it and dress it up a little bit. I got these flowers from my neighbor. Shh, don't tell her. It's okay, I asked. So what you'll need for this project is the item that you would like to make over. Pick out something like a simple vase, an interesting jar. You can even grab something out of your recycle bin, like a tin can. I like to pick something that has a little bit of a texture to it because we're going to be sanding this at the end to give it a distressed look. You will need paint. The paint that I'm using today is chalk paint, not to be confused with chalkboard paint. That's an entirely different thing. Chalk paint is called that because when it dries, it has a very dry, chalky finish. I like to use it because it works well, it adheres well to glass. But you can use whatever paint that you have around the house. Of course, we'll need something to put the paint in, a paintbrush. I'm using a sponge brush, it works well, and sandpaper to distress your item at the end. Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm going to pour a little bit of paint in my bowl. Nice thing about this paint, a little goes a long way. It's very thick. You can see how thick it is. It barely moves. Before you use it on glass, you have to wipe rubbing alcohol on the glass to make sure that the paint will adhere. So we'll do that right now. Okay. Now the thing about painting is you're best to do light, thin strokes. Light, thin layers. When I say a thin layer, what I mean is for the first layer you should be able to see through it. It's always better to do multiple thin layers than one thick layer. If you do one thick layer, it will not dry well and you won't be happy with your result. So we're going to do one thin layer of this and let it dry. The paint says to let it dry for a couple of hours, and that's what we'll do. If you try to paint it too early, it will start to pull the first layer up. I know this because I've done it. So now we're moving on to the next step of our craft, distressing. This is with 3 coats of the chalk paint on there. After 2 coats I could still see through it a little bit and I didn't like that, so I went ahead and put a 3rd coat on. You're going to take a fine grit sandpaper and just gently move across it. You can see here it's taken off little bits and pieces of the paint. I'm giving it an aged look. And you just continue on your project until you like how it looks. Okay, I've got everything distressed to the point where I'm happy with it. Now I'm going to dress them up a little bit. You don't have to do this part if you don't want to, but I just had some twine and embellishments hanging around the house. We might as well use them. Alright, a little twine around here. Pretty it up a little bit. Things I've had hanging around from other projects. Might as well use them here. For this one, I had a key hanging around from another project. I just painted it up, painted the cap to match. I'm just going to hang around here and put it in that little window. Got this tin can. I have a piece of lace tape here. Right on there. Looks pretty. And to cover up where it overlaps there, a little felt flower here. There they are, all finished. From drab to fab. I hope you enjoyed our craft today. Until next time, stay safe and be healthy. Bye now.